episode 2. Here we go. Thank you for coming back. I'm all moved in to my new place. Got some shelves put up. Got a little, podcast area here in the back of the house. It's all been good. The move's been good. I mean, I've been moving for the past 7 weeks now between 2 houses, so I'm glad to be done with all that. That's for damn sure. Won't be moving for a while, I'm assuming, hopefully, if it's up to me. But everything's good here. The dogs are loving it. They're doing great. Just to give you guys an update on them. Haven't had a single accident in the house. They're already potty trained. They're loving the big backyard. So when we found the dogs, Gigi, the white one, her nail was broken, and you could tell it was kind of giving her some issues a little bit. And so I took her to a friend of mine. Shout out Evan Woosley. I'll put his dog grooming place in the description below. But I took him over to his place, and he got the nails trimmed down and got them all, set up right to where it wouldn't be giving her any issues anymore. And it's finally healed now, and she's out running around with Mamba, and they're chasing each other and just having a blast in the backyard. So it's nice to see them, both running around and getting some good exercise. But yeah, besides that, it was a bitch moving my fish tank to the new house. I never want to do that again. God, had to drain a lot of the water. I mean, I was able to store most of it and just put it back in the tank after it was moved, but I lost 2 fish in the process. But I lost one of my white skirt tetras and my black skirt tetras. So I'll probably just wait until the water cycle's all the way finished before I start getting any more fish to put in there. I've been making a lot of trips back and forth from here to Lowe's and Walmart, and it cracks me up because, speaking of crack, the crackheads that you'll see in Walmart all of them are wearing masks, for this coronavirus stuff, and I'm just like, you guys realize that's most likely not what's gonna kill you. It's the needles and all these drugs and all this extracurricular activity shit that you're doing that you should probably be more focused on when it comes to your health. But no, people are just more hygienic than ever. And it's so crazy because always in and out of the men's bathroom at any place, anytime I go to the bathroom, there will be at least one guy who goes in and shits or pisses and just leaves. Doesn't even glance at the sinks as he's coming out. And I was like, you guys are disgusting. First of all, that's nasty. And you don't have any type of, you don't care about anyone else in that area who's going to be touching stuff or drinking from the fountain that you touched on. Or it's like, you guys were not raised right or something. I don't know. Y'all need some home training. Well, let's jump right into it. Let's do some memories. I didn't have any pictures or anything posted around this time, in the past however many years, but I did see some of my statuses from back in 2010, and they were about me going to Coffeyville for football. Boy, talk about a rough time. I was so excited. I mean, I was just excited to go play football and to go, be in college and do this and that. And it was not what I expected it to be. That's for sure. I get down there, people are robbing everybody. People were getting stabbed at parties. I was like, yo, this is not for me. I need to go back home. I ended up doing my summer training and all that stuff, and I did the first semester. That was the season. As soon as the season was over, I was out. You'll never catch me back at Coffeeville again. What about you guys? Have you guys like any JUCO stories or any college stories where you guys were like completely caught off guard of what you thought it would be? I know there's so many stories out there. I was talking about that with some friends just the other day actually about they had fun at college and at JUCO, and I was like, yeah, that's probably one of the worst times in my life. But another memory in 2016, I posted this picture on Facebook. I was at Rattlesnake Ledge, and this is a really popular hike that's in, almost said Hawaii, in Seattle, in the Seattle area. Um, and it's really cool because on a nice day you go up to the top and you get to see there's like a huge lake at the bottom and you get to see out over all the other mountains, and it's real beautiful. It's a very popular place. I always recommend it to everyone that asks me about different places they should go in Seattle or different hikes. I always recommend Rattlesnake Ledge because it's not too hard of a hike, and I mean it's usually very populated. There's a lot of people out there. The animals don't really come on the trail as much. So no, this was a fun time. I loved living in Seattle. I think this was the time actually I went back to visit after I'd moved back here to Wichita. I went back to visit Seattle and I did this hike. But no, Seattle was one of the best times of my life. Just getting out of my comfort zone and doing something different. It was 2014, I think. I had just broken up with my girlfriend at the time. I just quit my job. And I was like, yeah, I gotta get out of here. I gotta do something different. And so I looked online. I Googled the best skylines in the US. Worst way to probably find a home, but it worked out perfectly because I found Seattle and I was like, yo, that looks beautiful. Never been there. Let's try it out. So I packed up my car, drove to Seattle, and made it work. Just the scenery, all the things to do up there, making new friends. I'm still friends with quite a few people up there and go back and visit them every now and then. But yeah, no, that was good times. That was fun living in Seattle. All right, so a new segment that I'm starting called Don't Be Embarrassed. And I'm gonna ask questions to my friends and followers on Instagram and Facebook. And what triggered this was the other day I was driving and I saw some girl riding on her bike on the sidewalk, and I had just started to move from a stoplight, so I wasn't going too fast. And there's a lot of poles on the side, and I knew it, and I don't know if she knew it. Obviously, she didn't. So I'm cruising, and she's going super slow, just moseying along on her bike. And I see a pole coming up, and she's like looking around, like not really paying attention. And I'm going maybe 15 miles an hour on the street, like waiting to see what happens. Swear to God, she's riding her bike, and as soon as she looks up, she hits dead into the pole. All this shit flies everywhere, her backpack, her phone, and she just flips over the bike. I'm rolling in my car, laughing so hard. I wish if I would have had 5 more seconds, I would have been able to pull my phone up and record it for y'all. Oh my God. Oh, it was so funny. And the question I asked on Instagram was, what's one of the funniest ways that you've ever hurt yourself? And so we got some replies back from some of my followers. Falling through the attic, that's out of a book. Punch myself in the face trying to open an ice cream container. I've definitely done that too. I've seen people do that before, trying to open stuff and their hand slips and they just give themselves a left hook. A goat horn to the eye. Some of these I need some backstories on because they are very strange. I stepped off the curb to turn the corner mowing my lawn and my ankle rolled. I fell into my street. Yeah. And stuff like that. When you're out in public, it's like you have to try to play it cool because you hope nobody saw it, but you still have to like look around and like make sure no one saw your ass. But it's guaranteed somebody's watching and laughing their ass off. as you try to dust yourself off and hobble the rest of the while mowing the lawn. Oh man. Was playing tag and tripped and fell, busted my head open, scar there to this day. Damn. Some of y'all need to work on your agility skills while playing tag and fetch and all this. Y'all gotta work on those feet. I fell off my roof, skinned my fingertip, and fell off my roof, skinned the fingertips off in my right hand and foot, and broke my foot. I can't read. Skinned the fingertips off of my right hand and broke my foot. Wow. That's intense. That's scary. Some of these are scary. I thought this was supposed to be funny. Y'all, I hope some of y'all are okay. Broke my wrist right after I lost my virginity. Okay, I'm gonna message you, and I need more details on this because that sounds almost like it was illegal. Well, I hope you weren't trying to get away from somebody as you lost your virginity. I don't know. I fell off my 11-year-old sister's hoverboard and got a concussion. Gee, now, if that's not on video, that's a shame. That should always be recorded. The first time someone tries one of those hoverboards, those shits are impossible. If you're not coordinated enough to get on a hoverboard, don't do it. Please don't do it. I smacked my big ass head against the pole while running from my dog playing tag. That, I wish I could have seen that. I know you probably had a big ass knot on your head. Oh my God. That's some funny stuff. Drunk on a beach in Spain, broke my ankle. Oof, that doesn't sound too funny. That sounds more like it. Yeah, hey. Maybe there's a funny story behind it. I hope, because that sucks. That's some serious injury right there. Hair cut off on Thanksgiving. So this was actually my doing, to be honest. This was a friend of mine who came with me to my mom's house on Thanksgiving, and she thought it'd be funny to team up with my nephews and throw these little balls at me that have little connecting pieces on them, and they're small, and you can put a bunch of them together and make different shapes and stuff. And so she was picking on me. She was throwing the balls at me, hit me in the face, and so I started throwing back. Like I said, they all connect together. They have little pieces on the end, like little hooks. So one of them got caught in her hair, and it was in there. But it wouldn't have been so bad if Kylan, my nephew, he wanted to help. He wanted to help so bad. So he just went up and said, yeah, I got it. And just grabbed it and just started pulling. And it got so deep in her hair. And she's sitting there as he's pulling it. And so we got him stopped. And I tried to get in there and like untangle it. It was not coming out. I fucked up on that, and I felt bad because she's real Hollywood. She's real, uptight about her hair and her all this and that. And so we ended up having to cut it out. But it was maybe a couple inches worth of hair. It wasn't that bad. So don't give me too much heat for that. So you guys can be on the lookout for more questions coming soon that you guys can interact with and give me your stories. It'll be on my Instagram at Rarely Ordinary or on my Facebook. I'll put all the links below. So we're going to close it out with the connection section. This will be questions about relationships and, just different advice, or even just questions that you guys can ask about relationships. So what I'm going to start with today is long distance relationships. I am not the biggest fan of long distance relationships, mainly because I am a very sensual person. I like to be able to see you and touch you and, just be close to you whenever I want. And if that is only accessible 2 or 3 times a year, or, once a month even, like that's hard for me. If I only get to see you once a month and you're supposed to be my girlfriend, that's I don't think that's gonna cut it. And I know some people make it work. You know, sometimes there's different circumstances to where they have to be gone, or whatever the case may be. Just to start out in a long distance relationship, that's too difficult. I don't really get lonely so much, but when I want to hang out with somebody, I want to hang out with them, and I don't want to have to just talk to you on the phone every day. Like, that's cool, but after a certain amount of time, like, that gets kind of old. You want to go to the movies or go out to eat, or just whatever. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. What are your guys' thoughts on long distance relationships? Are any of you guys in long distance relationships? Have you tried them before? Give me some good stories. Mainly, give me some bad stories. I want to play devil's advocate. I'm not a big fan of long distance relationships, so I need more reason why I shouldn't do it. All right, so follow, like, subscribe, all those things in the button right here. That is episode 2. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, peace.